Hey, my name is Joe,
And I'm Mary Beth.
and this is the best of Gen X.
We are in our 40s.
And we're siblings,
We'll talk about adulting in a world so different from the one we grew up in,
so excuse us while we save a generation.
one episode at a time.
Let's go.
Hey, Joe.
Hey, Mary Beth. What's so funny?
How's it going?
It's good. What's so funny?
What's so funny is we always start recording by listening to our intro, which we love, by the way, which will never get old. And your head was down the whole time. And then when it was over, you jerked your head up like, hello. It tickled me.
I'm glad. Thank you. You're welcome.
So how are you this morning?
I'm doing well. How are you? You feeling better?
I'm not, actually.
Oh, okay, good.
I started to get sick about 2 days ago, and feeling the same, if not worse. But I'm taking a mix of Mucinex and Tylenol cold and flu. And right now, you've made me a beverage.
Yeah, which we all know pairs well with the
Yes.
the sugar-free coconut. What is that? Is that like a pineapple coconut?
It's like a pineapple coconut. It's like a pina colada, low sugar drink
Yeah, with a little rum in there.
with a lot of rum.
You feel me?
That my brother made for me.
I was going to make a small glass, but then Josh looked at me and goes, just give her the tall boy. We're on vacation.
That's Josh's excuse for everything
Yeah.
this week. We're on
So-
vacation.
So, yeah, we give you a tall boy.
Josh, you don't need that much heroin. We're on vacation.
Yeah, that's right. Time to enjoy ourselves, damn it.
You know what was really fun this week? Getting to see Dom Decker play for the College World Series. We watched him play the final game with Murray State. How much fun was that?
Yeah, that was really cool. Seeing him and his family and Coach Ware's family in the stands was really neat.
And it was a nail biter.
It was exciting, yeah. Yeah, there was no amount of boring to that game, especially the end. So a whole community was, paying attention, and my son didn't finish playing high school. Like, he played a year or two, so he was able to be a teammate of Dom's, and it was just a cool experience to watch that and watch the family get excited about it.
Yeah, good times.
Yep. It's big for golfers. This is like a golfer's paradise week. It's not quite the Masters, but it's similar in that each year the golf PGA Tour has 4 major tournaments, and this week is the U.S. Open. So all serious golfers huddle around the TV as we have to watch the U.S. Open. Played in Pennsylvania. I know.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Wake up, we have a podcast. So I've been watching a little bit of that here and there as we've been, mingling and spending time together this week as a fam.
This episode is actually going to air by the time we're home. Just in case anyone out there is tempted to burgle, don't bother.
No, we're home. We're there. We're home already.
Because we'll be home by the time this publishes. But also, it's National Riot and
National Protest for No Reason Day.
National Protest for no reason.
For no damn good reason
No
day.
damn good reason. And they've already been happening in L.A. We have a very beloved listener in L.A., Don.
Mr. DW.
We are thinking of you.
Yeah.
Stay
Okay.
safe, bruh.
Yeah, stay vigilant.
Apparently it's happening, but it ain't happening her.
I don't care. Honestly, it's like I want to have an opinion about it, but I've got so much protest fatigue and riot fatigue. I'm just over
Yes, same.
I'm over it.
Same. Before we jump in, I want to give one more GOT reminder. We are getting close to the Game of Thrones episode, end of July. If you want to do a rewatch, get on it. So you can follow along with our episode, and we plan to have a special guest. So should be a good one. I'm looking forward to it.
Do you like how I hummed the theme song as you were
I
talking
do.
to kind of give it that little preview, that little exciting?
The build.
Yeah, I was trying to build it up. Hopefully that wasn't too
Hey,
distracting.
you know what? It worked because I'm built.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to get home. I miss my dog. But
I miss my doggies
but I'm almost
too.
as excited to come home and start that. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like it's fun to think about starting that over again, getting back into the mindset. It's a
Joe, we're going back to Westeros.
oh my gosh, what the seven hells?
Hey, that's not funny to anyone who hasn't watched yet,
Yeah,
so
spoiler,
get on it.
Spoiler. Yeah, I'm excited.
All right, so one of the reasons this is such a special episode, and it'll probably be a shorter one, is because it's our very first on location
yeah.
recording.
Especial. Yeah, it feels cool. We are literally, to paint the picture, sitting at a desk. It's like this, what would you call this? Like a cherry, some type of old, like 80s, 90s office desk of some sort.
Yes.
And
It's in the King Suite that our parents are staying in.
It's in the King Suite that's filled with like sort of like Thailand kind of vibes.
It reminds me of colonial
like
colonial India.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like it's got some bamboo-ish kind of vibes to it. And so we're staring out at their back patio, which is overlooking the ocean. It's really cool. That's been our view for the week.
Which is amazing. I'm 46, and this is the first time I've ever stayed in a place that has ocean view right outside your bedroom.
The backyard is the sand.
It's amazing.
And it's been really relaxing. Honestly, this is the most relaxing trip I've ever had as an adult.
Same.
I can say that with 100% confidence.
Yes. It's been a great trip. We
yeah.
are in Carolina Beach, North Carolina.
Which is, sorry, not to cut you off, but which is about, just so everybody knows, about 15-ish minutes from Wilmington.
Yeah.
Wilmington, North Carolina. And for the people in our generation, the GOAT basketball player, the greatest of all time, Michael Jordan, is born, raised, Wilmington, North Carolina.
Apparently, a few days ago or yesterday, I don't know. The days are running together, but Josh told me it was the anniversary, like the 28-year anniversary of his flu game.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I don't remember. I think that was 96 maybe. They won it like 6 out of 7 years or whatever, but I think the flu game was 96 against Utah. But
that was a big deal.
Or I'm sorry, it might have been 98. How many years did he say?
He said 28.
Okay, it might have been 97. But anyway, yeah, it was right around those years. But yeah, that's where he's from, is Wilmington, North Carolina. So we're about 15 minutes from there.
Didn't he win with like a big three-pointer?
In that particular game, he did like a little crossover on this guy and then made like a 15-foot elbow shot.
Oh, okay.
To kind of seal it.
Right.
And it was on the road. I remember I watched it because you remember me growing up. I had like Chicago Bulls boxer shorts and hats.
Yeah.
I mean, I was obsessed with Michael Jordan. So I did not miss a Michael Jordan game because I knew how generationally important he was.
Yeah.
And so I do remember vividly watching that game. And there's been some debate and some, what would you call it? Conspiracy theory, yeah, like whether or not he really had the flu. Like some people,
because nobody can be that good.
Yeah,
right?
well, somebody was. I think I've heard some rumors like he was out like gambling all night or stuff like that.
So perhaps he was hungover.
Could be, but I like to say that he had the flu.
Yeah,
because it sounds cool.
It does.
But yeah, that you're right. So good call from Josh there. But yeah, that's it. I just want to give some people some like
context,
understanding of where we're at, like the area that we're at.
So we all arrived a little bit differently. So there are 12 of us. So Josh and Mallory and I chose to fly. Our truck isn't really, I mean, we would have had to rent a car because I wouldn't trust our old truck to get us down and back. But the rest of you drove.
Mm-hmm. We did like a little caravan.
Yeah, you did. And we had some drama. Like the day before the trip, 2 days before the trip, because we were only going to bring Mom and Dad's dog, Romeo, who's used to traveling, and Mom didn't want the stress of all the barking with all the dogs together, which totally makes sense. But then 2 days before, poor Rosie, our sister's dog, the groomer accidentally nipped like her nose clean off, and they had to have emergency surgery for her.
Poor thing.
To give her stitches and wear a cone, and she had all these meds she was going to have to take, and they were like, we cannot leave her in recovery with a teenager, so she ended up coming with us, which has been a joy. But we do miss our dogs. But yeah, so you guys drove. Jen brought, okay, we have a new name for Jen. it's Jen Mother Hen. She brought a ton of groceries with her. She organized grocery list for all of us once we got here.
Yeah, she sent 3 separate grocery lists, very detailed.
Yes.
To each of us.
My husband did not follow it. I don't know why. None of us can explain why.
Yeah.
He goes, well, you got to be specific. I said, a list was specific.
How more specific do they need to get? Like, I was going through the grocery getting my list, and Mom goes, did you get this? I go, yes, it was on the list.
It was on the
I go,
list.
I'm very literal.
All right. First, we must give a shout out to our loyal listener, long life friend, Carmen. She does this for a living, and she's the one who found this condo for us. She did a lot of searching. We had a long wish list because, again, this is for our family, our parents' 50th wedding anniversary. And this is the first time all of us have been together on a trip at the same time. There was that one time in 2017 in Indian Rocks when there was everyone had a 2-week window for fall break. And so Jen and Roy were there the same time we were for like a day.
Right.
And then they had to go back.
Yeah, it was like staggered. It was really weird.
But this is the first time. Mom has always wanted this. This was her dream. She didn't want a party. She wanted this, a vacation with all of us and the grandkids. And so we had a long wish list for 12 people. And we didn't end up ultimately going with Carmen's agency because this property manager sort of changed the rules in the middle of the game and didn't want to work with a third-party agency. But so I feel terrible about that. And but I credit where it's due. She found this. It was not easy to find. And it ended up Carmen being the perfect place for us. We so appreciate the legwork that went into looking for us a place. But this, I can't imagine anything better. Mm-hmm. So it's actually a 3-story condo right on the beach. We are on the 2nd and 3rd floor. Mm-hmm. So Jen and Joe and I all have king beds, each with its own bathroom on the top floor. And then the main floor here is the king suite that Mom and Dad are staying in, and then 2 bedrooms for the kids, a shared bathroom, a kitchen, and a living room, all which look out the ocean.
Yeah. And the patio is really nice and big and
It
kind of wraps
is.
around a little bit.
It is. A huge balcony
There's
space.
plenty of space here.
And there's a pool that we share with a family on the first floor, but oddly enough, we have not crossed paths.
We're the only ones using it.
Yeah. So, and if they do use it, it's at different times. And we just walk out this long deck right onto the beach. And even the Weather Channel, like a week before our trip, was saying it was going to rain every day. But we've had great weather. So it's been a really great spot. So thanks, Carmen, for finding it for us.
Yeah. And I would say even better for this trip compared to the Indian Rocks trip in 2017 was in that trip, we were all kind of in different units or whatever. Mm-hmm. And this time we're all under one roof.
All under one roof. I thought it would be crazy.
Yeah, it's not been. It's been pretty chill, honestly.
Everybody has plenty of space to spread out, to have some solitude if you need it. But there's plenty of space to gather. Like, we were all stuffed into the living room watching Dom's game. Mm-hmm. And so, it's just been great.
And in the evenings, we came out and 5 or 6 of us have come outside the back patio to play Password while the other 3 or 4 in the living room. I mean, there's just plenty of...
I got to say...
We're not right on top of each other.
We're not. And Password has made a comeback in this family. It's always been a family favorite since we were little kids. And the adults were always playing it.
Yeah, we've revived it this week.
We revived it. And I'm telling you, one of the joys for me has been watching Mom and Dad have so much fun playing Password with the grandkids now that they're old enough.
Yeah, they're old enough to independently give each other clues and think about what the words are. And
for the first part of the trip, Dad and Savannah's the baby, and she's about to turn 17 any day. And so Dad and Savannah teamed up and couldn't be beat. Until I forget who beat them first.
I don't know.
But Josh and I smoked them midweek. So it was kind of a proud moment for us. Josh and I made a pretty good team.
And I think Bryce and I hold the record for most points, so we smoked them bad. Like, I think we scored like 130 points. It was something crazy.
But it's been a good time watching that.
Yeah.
Last night, a dream came true for our mom because, well, first of all, we have a cousin, Allison, who has always, well, she's originally from Charleston, South Carolina. She ended up residing in North Carolina, just 2 hours away, something like that. She came down yesterday to visit us. And before we went out to dinner, she took our family pictures out on the beach. You know, we did all the coordinating colors. Mom has had to watch all of her friends over the years, like every year, take these massive family group photos on the beach somewhere. And she's like, I cannot even get my family together in the same room for a holiday. She's always wanted a family picture on the beach. And last night that happened.
Yeah. Yeah, it was cool.
And I said, Mom, we just made a dream come true. And she was like, I know. It just excited her so much.
I heard her the other night go, okay, so where are we staying at next year? I think she wants to make it an annual, even though this was a celebratory anniversary thing, I think, which I wouldn't mind doing, honestly.
I know. It's just been so fun. And here comes the rain.
Yeah, you might hear some elements outside today, but that's okay because we're on location.
I think, even when it's rained, it's either done so overnight, or it rains just for a bit and then the clouds clear. So it's been pretty nice. Well, we got it. Let's talk about real quick. Here's how the trip began. Joe lost his everything, but let's start with the sunscreen because that was the first thing you lost.
Still never found it.
So you got to explain.
Okay, I mean, said simply, I bought one of those like orange bottles of Banana Boat sunscreen, like the sport version. It's just a spray that you can get anywhere, like a CVS. I was so excited because I'm usually the one that forgets stuff like that. Like to even like I'm the one that forgets to even think about bringing stuff like that. And so I'll admit I'm not really good about using sunscreen. Never have been, but I'm like, okay. I made a conscious decision to go buy some. So I had it.
You felt so proud of yourself.
I was so proud of myself. I was like adulting. So I had this full bottle that hadn't even really been opened yet. And I put it in my nightstand drawer at home where my iPad was. So it could still be there. I mean, honestly, it could still be there. But
he was sure that he brought it.
I'm sure that when I packed everything to leave, when I got my iPad and the chargers out of that drawer, I'm pretty sure. I mean, because it's right there. There's nothing really in that drawer except my iPad and my chargers. So I thought I put it in my backpack, and I get here, and I feel pretty organized about everything. And within, 45 minutes, I can't find the damn sunscreen bottle. And so I'm going around the whole condo. First I was looking under beds, in closets, in drawers. And then I'm finally like, does anybody see my sunscreen? and it became like this. It became like this trope where I was asking where my sunscreen was every 5 minutes. Have you guys seen my
every few minutes? Where's my sunscreen?
Yeah, where's my sunscreen? And I was so.
Has anyone seen it?
And I get so frustrated at myself for stuff like that because I feel like I was prepped, and then I just couldn't find it. Still haven't found it.
I don't know if we're doing justice to just how funny this was.
No, it was because we go out to the beach. I'm like, Jennifer, do you have it in your bag? And I'm like, Mom's it in your purse? I was just I was even looking in the pantry by the Debbie snacks. I'm like, did I just accidentally take it out with a bag of something else?
Did I cover it with a beer koozie and put it in the cooler?
I mean, and Dad goes, did you accidentally throw it away? I'm like, Dad, I don't know. I'm like Sheldon when he was behind his computer. Do you want this one or do you want this one? I don't know. Yeah, it was awful.
Yeah.
I don't know why I struggle. I just
never found it. Had to buy some more.
Yeah. So I had to buy I bought a 2-pack at the local CVS. So
Joe, tell us what else you lost this week.
So I don't know. It was the next day or so after that. And I have my AirPods in. And I got the newer version. So, they're a little expensive. And I've only had them for less than a year. And Mary Beth is taking this picture of me before we go to dinner. And I noticed in the picture, so you got to think this was probably 4:30, 5 o'clock. The AirPods are in my ear.
I love how you're thinking like a true detective. Look at the photo. This was taken at 4:36. Right. My earbuds are in my ear.
Right. You don't see the little thing that I'm putting on my eye to scope out the picture in detail. What is that thing called?
Well, a little magnifying glass.
Yeah. I'm got the magnifying glass with the stick. I'm you see, it's right there. So Sherlock's looking at this photo, and Mary Beth's taking this this spontaneous little action picture of me with my cool little outfit on in front of the TV, and I know I've got my AirPods in my ear. Okay, I'm cracking the case. I had them in there at 5:00, so I'm like trying to retrace my steps. I can't find these damn things anywhere. They're not in my bathroom. They're not under my bed. They're not under a sheet. They're not under my pillow. I mean, no, I'm looking everywhere. I am about ready to punch somebody in their face. I mean, that's how mad I was. I don't care who it was. Could have been Mary Beth. Could have been Dad. But I was about ready to just unleash on somebody.
He was not mad at himself.
Yeah, exactly. I was trying to push it on somebody else because I had already lost the sunscreen and drove everybody crazy asking them every 5 minutes where my sunscreen was.
Projection can be very funny.
So I'm looking at my bag cooler that I took to the beach, and I am stomping through the house. I'm not quietly walking through the house. I'm stomping through the house. The people underneath has probably heard us.
The scientific term is bitch stomp.
Yeah, I was bitch stomping through the house, and I'm probably pissing everybody off because my voice is getting a little bit louder. I'm getting a little angrier. I definitely pissed Bryson off because I stormed in his room and was thumbing through his stuff, and I looked at his AirPod.
He was like, "F you, Dad."
Yeah, I looked at his AirPod case and I was looking at him, and Bryson goes, "Those are mine, man." And so he gets.
And then you start to question, how much do I really trust my son?
Right. So I just aggravated because I'm not the AirPods. Right after the sunscreen, it was really a day or two after I lost the sunscreen. So I was super frustrated, and I think by the end of the night, after stewing on it and thinking, okay, well, I'm just going to GPS the local Best Buy store, or wherever was going to have the nearest set of AirPods. I mean, I was already in my mind thinking, I'm getting up early to go get some new AirPods tomorrow because I was so mad. Because I go to the gym. I've been going to the gym during the trip, and I had to have AirPods while I work out. So literally 20 minutes after I was thinking about, okay, where's the closest Best Buy, I thought to myself, I had my beer koozie in my cooler earlier. Let me go check that randomly. Oh, no. First. I did the Find My Phone thing.
Oh, okay.
And my AirPods are connected to that.
Okay.
The AirPods were showing in the unit next to us. Dun, dun.
What?
Hey, dun, dun, dun. So the
plot
thickens. So the number of our unit was 718. Mary Beth, our AirPods were showing that they were in 800, the unit next to us. So I thought, did I drop them? Go into the car to go to dinner and somebody stole them? And they're
snatching your iPads
and they're next door enjoying my AirPods. Did I say iPods?
I said iPods.
Yeah. Okay. So if I've said iPods, I meant
I'm on
AirPods.
Tylenol PM medicine and drinking a cocktail.
God, you screwed me up. So if I said iPods, I meant AirPods. So I literally walk outside in between the units, on the grass, and I'm literally walking by that unit to think, did I drop them on the ground? I'm looking in people's windows at the bottom of their unit going, I'm trying to look through the blinds do you have my AirPods on those tables? I am pissed.
Thievery.
I'm really pissed. So I come back in the house, and at that point, I was thinking about, okay, where do I get some tomorrow? Because they're lost. They're gone. But somebody stole them. And the last thing I did was I thought about having that beer koozie in my cooler. And I was like, I'm going to check it out. I took the beer koozie out of my cooler, and I put it up above the oven, that little cabinet thing above the oven. So it's kind of up there a little higher. And it makes sense that it was on the similar side as that unit next to it. So it was on, closest to that side. So I opened the drawer or the cabinet door, and I pull my koozie out, and the AirPod case is inside of my koozie. Case closed. Mo's in socks. Case closed.
Okay.
Found him.
Before we do a quick break, tell us about the thing you lost today.
Oh, okay. So.
Wait, let's start by the fact that I brought Justine. You might remember Justine is our new Best of Gen X laptop.
Yes.
I brought Justine. I brought my Best of Gen X file folder. Got my notepad. I'm ready to go. I get online this morning. I check, make sure everything's working. I'm charging my computer. Joe's out on an errand. And so I'm just laying in bed.
And I walk into Mary Beth's room quietly and calmly, and I say, hey, I walk in, and I said, have you seen our podcast stuff? And Mary Beth goes,
no, wait, backtrack. Joe was in charge since he was driving. I mean, we can't take everything with us when we fly.
Yeah.
So Joe was in charge of bringing our microphones and pop filters and cords and all that stuff.
Yeah, I was on podcast patrol. So I had it in this green bag from home, and I knew I brought it. And I walked into her room, and I just calmly asked, have you seen our podcast stuff? And Mary Beth goes, no. And she had that look on her face you son of a bitch.
Like, again?
Yeah, you're going to lose a third thing, and it's going to be this? and she had that look on her face like, we're about ready to record in like 5 minutes, dude. So I looked at her with that look of disgust to myself, like, not again. So I turned around and I shut her door.
So then he started looking at the neighbors across the way.
Yeah.
Are they podcasting over there?
Yeah. I was like, what are you doing over there in 800 Carolina Beach Avenue North? So I walk downstairs and I come into Mom and Dad's room. I go, have you seen our podcast stuff? I thought we put it under your desk. And Mom goes, oh, no, it's in the pantry. The podcast bag of podcast microphones and pop filters. And
next to the cereal and the Debbie snacks.
Or next to the Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Which is obviously the place that you should put them.
As we do.
So 3 things, but I have found 2 of them. So as Seth, my nephew Seth, reminded me earlier this week, he goes, well, you're 2 for 3.
I hope in the next 24 hours before we leave, you don't lose one of your children.
Yeah, I hope when we leave, go back home, I bring myself.
I think you've earned yourself a break, bruh.
Yeah. So
Let's take a quick break and we'll come back, give you our best recommendations, and talk a little bit about the beach itself.
hey, listeners, do you like judging people as much as we do?
Then judge us.
To submit your criticisms and complaints about our show, you can reach us at gotohell@bazinga.biz.
For all other comments, questions, or suggestions about future episodes, drop us a line. Send us a text from our website at thebestofgenx.buzzsprout.com and click on the link just above the show notes.
Or email us at thebestofgenx@gmail.com.
Okay, we are back. Joe, take it away.
What's up? So we have this little inside thing that we do in our family that originated from a classmate of mine in high school.
We've mentioned him many times before.
Yes. Well, it did that. No. So what I'm about to describe didn't originate from him, but he's the reason this has gone so far.
Okay.
My best friend. So this originated from a classmate of me and my best friends since since grade school. I think I was in his 4th grade class. And he has this thing where when he laughs, he makes a face as if he's laughing, but you don't hear anything.
No sound comes out?
No sound comes out until the very end.
Okay.
And at the trail end of it, it's like a... like it's something to that effect. And that has morphed into our best friend who has this he's got like this lumberjack build. He's got this beard. So he's like this big burly dude with a deep voice. And he started I don't even remember where I first heard it, but I just kind of with him socially, and he started going, and I kind of looked at him real funny, and I go, what the hell was that?
Let me just say, I can't believe that we are almost 40 episodes in and have never talked about this, because it is spoken many times a day when we're all around each other.
Yeah, I bet you we've said it 88 times this week.
My brother even texts it to me.
So we've developed a text, and sometimes I'll hashtag it, but it's like UHHHTS. You have to do multiple. You have to drag it out.
You have to drag it out. You guys are going to love this, and since we have listeners all over the world, I think this is going to catch on.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope it's trending. So I want you guys to hear it, because we do on-demand requests. So I will text my friend Ronnie and be like, we need an audio dude, because he does it perfectly.
Yes, so Ronnie is the master.
I'll play it one more time.
Please, right by the mic.
Right by the mic. Okay, here we go. Just for your own pleasure. It never gets old. And we have started to say this around our friend that this originated from, and he just laughs about it. He thinks it's fun and cool. So it has made its way into our household.
And so, what would you say is the sort of occasion that would qualify for an UTS?
Well, I mean, I feel like we've gotten a little loose with it, Mary Beth. I feel like the origin story, it was specific to 1 or 2 things, but it'll be Mary Beth will say, oh, we got a reservation at Cape Fear, and like almost all the locals told us like it had the best seafood in this whole area, and we'd all be like, the best seafood, let's go, like stuff like that. Like it's like an excitement reaction.
It's an excitement thing. How are we going to start using this? We're going to start incorporating this. We decided, first of all, the hot takes have to be a regular segment.
Okay, so that's our last episode was hot takes, and we feel like we have enough of that to where we can each episode maybe do like 1 or 2 hot takes, and we feel like the huts is a good lead into that because it's kind of like it's almost like jokingly saying hot takes. So
it'll be our stinger.
That'll be our stinger. So it's going to kind of be our intro into the weekly hot take segment.
All right.
So I think it was important that we introduce that.
Yes.
So nobody was blindsided.
Right. So from now on, when you hear
it.
Yeah.
When you hear. Know that we're about ready to hit you with some
hot takes.
Some banging hot takes.
Joe, give us your best uts. I'm going to make Ronnie listen to this episode so he hears it. My husband's gotten really good at it.
Josh has gotten really good at it.
All right. Okay, so let's talk about the beach. I've noticed the beach here is different than any that I've been to. I've been to North Carolina and South Carolina. I've never been to the North Carolina coast. So what I recognize right away is that we have a lot of hilly dunes leading toward the beach. And then on the beach itself, there are like mounds of sand that you have to overcome. Mm-hmm. They're very steep. Whereas where we've been in Florida, and to be fair, we're more familiar with the Gulf of America side.
Correct. The Clearwater, Tampa side.
Josh got a Gulf of America t-shirt, by the way. He's very happy about it.
Yes, he did.
So the Gulf of America side of Florida, it's just very flat. They're just like yards and yards wide of just flat beach that you can walk to the water. North Carolina is like hill, almost going to die. Hill, almost going to die. Thighs burning. Boom, water.
Yeah, it's like you got to put in some slight work to get down to where you're trying to sit.
I was very worried at the start of the trip that Mom and Dad were not going to make this.
Yeah, we were going to end up getting seen at the emergency room at some point. Because like our whole family has bad knees.
Yes.
Like bad whatever. So you're right, though. It's like it's very treacherous out there. There's so much undulation and, you know.
And here's another odd thing that I've never experienced, and as far as I know, everybody else, it's different for them as well. I have never had such a blotchy tan experience.
Yeah, what's that
in
about?
my life. Now, you prepared.
I did. So I became a member at a local Planet Fitness, and they had like massage chairs and tanning beds. And I don't want people to freak out like, you can't go to a tanning bed. Like, I understand, I get it, but I've only went like 4 times in my whole life. And recently, leading up to this trip, I've used that tanning bed option just to kind of get something going before I came down, because I do not like to be pasty and then burn to where like I'm miserable half the week, and then I get brown at the end of the week. Like, I wanted to just be like tanned when I got here, and then apply some sunscreen, feel good about it, and I've felt great all week. I haven't felt burnt.
You have felt and looked great all week.
Thank you.
The rest of us, however, did not prep, and we get here, and it's...
But yours is a medical mystery, though. Yours is...
This is a mystery.
I've never seen something like that.
And it's all of us. So we've all experienced very patchy sunburns. So I've got places on my body where... Okay, here, riddle me this. I take my legs together. They're together everywhere we go. All right? I don't leave one leg at home.
Right.
They're with me at all times.
Yeah, like one's not calling out, like, and sick. Like, hey, I'm going to hang back on the bed while you guys go out to eat. Like,
yet, my left leg, from my knee down to about half of my shin, burnt. The rest of my leg, white.
Yeah.
My shoulder on one arm, not the other, burnt. Just like on the shoulder and a little bit down to what used to be a bicep. But we've all experienced this. We're all getting very blotchy, uneven sunburns /tan. So I don't get it.
I don't either. It's almost like one of your legs like had like a beach towel like covering it.
Yeah.
Like while you're out, and I go, Mary Beth, did you cross your legs at some point and just like keep them crossed, and that's why one of them's not tan? And she goes, no.
But Josh has the same thing.
And I think Roy I think he was a little patchy.
Seth and Savannah had some patchiness.
I don't understand it.
It's weird because it's not as if we were all just laying in one spot in one direction. Like, you know how the sun faces a certain way.
Mm-hmm.
We know about all that. But we were up and moving. Mm-hmm. We'd sit in the chair for a bit. We'd get back up and walk the beach a little. We'd play some volleyball. So we really don't understand this mystery.
Yeah, and meanwhile, my two kids are running around this joint looking like little aborigines.
Right, because Joe and everything in his life is perfect.
No, not even.
It's true, though. No. So your tan looks great all week. Your kids are, I wouldn't call them dark complected, but they have an olive tone to them that makes sunbathing effortless.
Yeah, they're like brown. They're like me. They're like bronzed.
Yeah, they came here and immediately became brown.
Yeah,
the rest of us are just like patchy sunburns at the weirdest places.
Yeah, you guys.
Like I've got a circle on my right shoulder, completely white. Everything around it, red.
Yeah, you look like you got rescued by the fire department just in time.
Right.
my kids look like little native tribes people, and you guys look like you got saved. Sorry.
Oh my goodness.
Sorry for anybody that's experienced that kind of trauma. But
I just had to throw that out there because it's never happened.
Does it? I mean, have you hurt this week, like from feeling burnt?
Right now.
I hate that feeling.
Yesterday and today.
Yeah,
right.
I hate that feeling like when you put your clothes on, you can like feel it rubbing up against your skin.
Yeah, we've had to use the aloe
I've not
a
felt
time
that.
or two,
Hey,
but it hasn't been too bad.
I've not felt that all week.
But listen, hey, because they're so patchy, it's only been a couple of parts of my body that feel this, burnt. Rest of my body feels fine.
Excellent.
All right, one last thing. We got to talk about the places we have visited and give some recommendations if you're in the area. My goodness.
Yeah, I mean, I think as a family we'd out 4 times?
Yeah, so.
But then I can speak to a couple other, like one place that. I'll call a couple additional out because I took your kids. Like I took Seth and Savannah with me.
Okay, so Jen is used to cooking a lot all the time. Mm-hmm. And so she brought a bunch of groceries. She organized grocery lists because the plan was to eat in and save some money. So we had a taco night first night we were here, and we had a lasagna night after that. But we've eaten out at a few places. We started at a place called Sea Witch, which is just down the road. I was perfectly happy with everything we had there. You know what? I'm a fish and chips kind of gal. Like, when I come to the beach, I want to find that, shack, that beach shack, tiki shack looking place that sells, great coleslaw and hush puppies and fried fish. And that was something we tried the first night. I thought it was great. Did you like it?
Yeah, I mean, I easily gave it a 7 or 8 out of 10.
Yeah.
And it was close. It was like 0.3 miles from our house.
Very close. And it's close to the boardwalk. Mm-hmm. And so we definitely recommend Sea Witch. But then we've been to a couple places since that kicked Sea Witch's ass.
Oh man!
Even though Sea Witch was still good.
Yeah, which I'm kind of glad we did the order that we did. Like, you know what I mean? Like, not the best ones, and then Sea Witch. Like, it progressed and got better and better.
Precisely.
Yeah. So the second one was
Havana's.
Yep.
Havana's, which is right across from the boardwalk, and I gotta say, they have this boardwalk area that is like a carnival.
It's really neat.
There's a huge Ferris wheel.
Yep.
Couple other rides.
Bunch of souvenir shops, candy shops, ice cream places.
Yeah. So what do you think of Havana's? Havana's was a little upper scale, and it had a really beautiful, it looked like a place you'd find in Santa Monica. Yeah. Had a beautiful patio, gardens type area before you go inside. What do you think?
I really liked it. That was the place where we had the pork shank lollipop.
Shank lollipop.
Yeah, so there was like 3 pieces on like this bone, the shank, basically just like it sounds.
I feel embarrassed that we are not cultured, but none of us had ever had that.
But basically just like it sounds, so that was good. And then we had, I feel like every place we had crab dip, which was great.
Yeah.
what else did we have there appetizer-wise?
We had fried cauliflower, which
Fried
was
cauliflower, which I didn't
insane.
try, but everybody's, because I'm kind of trying to watch the breading stuff, but
was insane.
everybody said it was great. Like every single person that took a piece off, they're like, oh my gosh.
Their flounder, like,
Yeah.
melts in your mouth.
But it was one of those like crab dip things, and it was pretty much everywhere we went. They had like the little pita triangles. Beautiful. It was great. I liked it. And I thought my food was really good. But yeah, like back home, we have a Havana rum buzz, which is like a Cuban cuisine type place. So I don't want anybody to hear Havanas and think it's like a Cuban kind of vibe. But it was all like seafood type stuff. But yeah,
Upper scale.
So I would give it 8.5. Like
Yeah.
a little bit. It's just a notch above Sea Witch, I thought.
Yes. Mm-hmm. But then last night we went to the place.
It was like knocked it out of the park. Grand
We went to
slam.
the place that every local has been recommending to us. Cape Fear.
Cape Fear. Now let's tell people there's two. Like apparently there's like two versions of it. There's Cape Fear Boiling Company and Cape Fear Seafood Company. Don't really know what the differences are.
Well, I think it's Boil Company. We're like shrimp boil.
You just had to correct me, didn't you?
Well,
You just couldn't let me have it.
I didn't want anyone coming to Wilmington and be like, "Where's Cape Fear Boiling?
I thought it was.
Where do we
Boiling
go
Company.
to boil things?"
No, I'm just messing with you. So,
But it was very much like a shrimp boil. But this is like.
But to be specific, it was like a seafood fried
We went
fish,
to
hush
Cape
puppy.
Fear Seafood.
Yeah,
Company.
amazing.
Oh my gosh.
The food was amazing.
Okay, Josh ordered something called the boat.
But dude, like, it was like that was the most fried food on one plate I have ever seen in my life.
It was basically, I think they called it the boat because it was a little bit of everything you find in the ocean.
Yeah, dude, for real.
So there was like a broken surfboard in there
Yeah, an old sneaker.
and some trash.
Yeah, I mean, literally, yeah.
It had fried calamari, scallops. It had flounder. It had fries and hush puppies.
But it was all just like piled on top of
all
each other.
piled.
I mean, it was like tiered. It was crazy.
It was insane. And of course, everyone was doubting him when he first set it down.
Oh, listen. I felt like Josh could do that. I felt like Josh could.
How does my
could
family not
tackle
know
that.
him by now?
Yeah, yeah. He just shoveled that shit in and just.
Everyone was freaking out over
Yeah.
it. I didn't even flinch. I know my husband. I know what he's capable of.
Yeah,
He's a garbage can.
yeah. He ate it with such finesse and gratitude.
We started out with a great cocktail.
Oh, it was called Soundscape Punch. Or no. It was Soundside Punch.
Soundside
Because
Punch.
I kept getting it confused with Southside, but it was
Yes.
Soundside Punch. And
Describe
remember
this.
Oh, okay. So it was Malibu rum, pineapple juice, guava puree, a blackberry syrup, and then I feel like I'm missing a key ingredient. Malibu rum, pineapple juice.
Well, that's it.
Was that it?
Guava puree and blackberry syrup, and then it came with a little leaf sticking out, and then it had a wedge of pineapple.
Yeah, it was so refreshing.
delicious.
It was really good.
Delicious. And I had the chicken Caesar salad. I've never had grilled chicken cooked so perfectly.
Yeah. Mary Beth did the right thing by giving her little brother a taste of the chicken, and it was perfect.
It was.
Like you said. And my fish was like the best breaded fish I have ever had in my life. It's like when you cut it, it was flaky.
Yes.
But like the fish meat part was like chicken almost. I mean, it was.
Yeah, when it's
it was
real firm like
so
that.
Good. It was
and
so
then it
good.
flakes where it's supposed to.
Yeah, I got the fish and chips platter, so it was like beer battered white fish, but they gave you 3 like huge pieces of it that even I couldn't finish.
And a lot of our kids didn't know. They were like, "What do you mean flaky?" I said, "Fish is cooked to perfection when your fork hits it and it flakes, like falls apart, flakes.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's what's fish. That is what fish is supposed to do."
It was so good.
And so I tasted Josh's flounder. Chef's kiss, unreal. And then we finished off with several of the kids had the spicy Cajun pasta, like it was like an Alfredo.
Yeah, that looked really good too.
Good.
Yeah, I thought the kids enjoyed the meals too. They seemed to be pretty happy with it.
Can we just say, mentioning the kids, at 2 places that we've been to so far, Savannah, the baby, is all about it for some snow crab.
Oh yeah, she's all in,
To watch her eat,
and she knows how to do it.
she knows how to do it. It's just our cute little baby Savannah, and she's so awesome, and she's so adorable. And to see her just like tear into a crab leg and just get every little suckle of meat out of it. It's
and
so adorable.
she's like obnoxiously competitive, like some of us are, and only obnoxiously competitive people can eat snow crab legs the way like she's eating them. Like
that was cute.
Yeah.
And then we finished off with an espresso
sundae, which was like a little cake.
It was like an espresso
brownie-ish
cream on top of a fudge brownie.
Yeah, with 2 scoops of vanilla on each side.
No, it had a scoop of vanilla on one side and then whipped cream on the other.
I mean, do you just have to like correct me over everything?
Why does that bother you? I'm not correcting you. I'm just stating fact.
Okay. Just let me win one.
You've lost a lot this week.
That's right. Oh, God. To me to hit my boom mic. Sorry. I'm so upset. No, you're right.
You have lost a lot. I'm going to let you had us one.
Thank you. I'm just messing with you. Okay.
But it was delicious.
Yeah, I didn't eat the whipped cream part, so that's why I thought it was ice cream. It looked like vanilla to me, but I didn't try that part.
It was so hearty.
It was.
It
was
looked
good.
like ice cream.
It was really good. So I felt good because everybody seemed like they were having a good time and the food was good. Like there was no complaints about the food.
So that was a great, because we're gonna grill out tonight here at the condo. But Cape Fear was perfect ending food wise.
Yeah, like if we ever came back to this spot, we would go there again, and we would definitely like encourage others that haven't been here to go there.
If you're coming here, Cape Fear,
Chef's
seafood.
Kiss. It was like the inside vibe was very tranquil, you know, and the bar area was really kind of sleek and cool looking.
It was.
Yeah, so it was just a cool. I think the only gripe about that place, just so everybody is aware when you go there, the men's bathroom is just a one dude deal. So like I was like behind 4 people when I was trying to wash my hands because my hands got kind of greasy feeling and I don't like that. And I had to stand in line for like 15 minutes just to wash my hands because it's just like a 1-person bathroom.
It's not like that for the women.
But that's the only gripe I would have about that place. Food wise, perfect.
5 out of 5 stars.
Yeah, easy. And it was only like 18 minutes away. It wasn't bad.
It wasn't a bad drive at all. Mm-hmm. We thoroughly enjoyed it.
Yeah, and go ahead.
Go ahead.
I don't want to cut you off. There was 2 other moments that 2 other places I want to call out that the family I don't think got to experience other than me and the kids. And I was playing Uncle Joe a couple times with Seth and Savannah and Mallory, and I took them and my kids to a cool little cafe called Malama. So if you guys are near the boardwalk area where all the souvenir shops are, there's a place called Malama, Malama. Really cool vibe. You go in there, get protein smoothies, acai, like Nutella bowls. It's kind of got that kind of stuff. And it was amazing. Navy got a Nutella bowl that had acai on the bottom, Nutella, like little cut up pieces of banana and strawberry, and she loved it. And apparently that's like one of their most popular things. And Bryson got a protein smoothie that it was like buttercup with some peanut butter and bananas. It was so good. I actually had that this morning. So Malama Cafe is cool.
And near that, we have to finish this out with the fudge boat.
Okay, the fudge boat. So I'll finish mine. The last one is it's called Carolina Beach Bar and Grill, and it's right next to Malama Cafe, and it's a really cool spot, kind of upper scale. It would be like the sports bar, but like a beach upscale version of like a sports bar type place. And Mallory went with us, and my kids, and the food was really good there. The grilled, like the peel and eat shrimp at the beginning had this really kind of thicker than I've ever seen, like kind of like a spicy kind of outer seasoning to it. Mm-hmm. And it was funny because Mallory was to my left, and I peeled one of the last pieces of shrimp. It was literally like one of the last pieces, and I'm wearing, of course, like a white linen dress shirt, and Mallory's wearing a white shirt, and I peel it, and it like squirts, and it hits Mallory. It hits Mallory like on the chin and like on her shirt. She goes, "Oh my god!" And I go, "I got it on me too." So we both were wearing like freaking white, like bleach white shirts, and so we had to wash those when we got back because it had the shrimp seasoning on it. But the food there was really good too. So Carolina Beach Bar and Grill.
We hit the fudge boat 3 times, and hey, I'm not opposed to going back one last time after we grill out.
I'm not
tonight.
either. It's called the fudge boat.
So it's called the fudge boat. It is assorted, and by assorted I mean a metric ton of homemade fudge. We're talking like cheesecake fudge.
Yeah, call them out.
Toffee fudge.
Cookie Monster
Oreo.
Orange creamsicle.
Orange creamsicle fudge. Then they had a section of chocolate covered, like their homemade chocolate covered huge pretzels, chocolate covered Oreos, dark chocolate covered almond clusters, and chocolate covered Heath bits. Oh my god.
It was so good. It was so good.
You guys.
And of course they had the little ice cream section to the side of it.
The chocolate was next level.
Yeah, they even had like sugar-free like fudge stuff there.
Yeah.
Well, they said, well, obviously it wasn't as popular, but
we went in there for ice cream. They've got a whole array of homemade ice cream. I had the espresso chip one night, 2 nights. Then, I had that the first night. And then the last 2 times we went, I had chocolate Oreo with Reese on top.
oh,
The fudge boat, man. You gotta go to the fudge boat.
and I bought me a koozie that says the fudge boat, so it's a little commemorative.
An amazing place, and it's family owned for like 20 some years.
And it's right there on the boardwalk area, so like you can walk right out of there, hook a right, and you're like right there next to the souvenir shop.
At T-Shirt City.
Yeah, exactly.
Speaking of T-Shirt City, since Joe and Andy listen, our BFFs that we've talked about many times before.
Yeah, I forgot about
Hey,
this.
guess what? The family luau's happening on September 6th, and we have our hula gear.
Yeah, one of the shops, man, had some hula gear and luau stuff, so we're ready.
So
We've already bought our
Josh and
stuff.
Joe got cool hula shirts, and Joe got a
fedora.
Panama Jack hat.
Fedora, yeah. Or is that what I got, a fedora? Is that considered a
It's
fedora?
kinda like a fedora.
Kind of like a fedora.
I got a more of a girly fedora, and Josh got a
Captain's hat.
captain's hat.
Which I really wanted, but it didn't match my shirt very well.
He didn't care.
So I was glad to have Josh to have it. I was glad for Josh to have it.
So we are ready for the luau.
Yeah, 3 months ahead of time. We are ready. Look out. I feel so prepared.
I know.
Oh, but we got to tell people what we said at the fudge boat. We walked in, and our generation, Gen X, is familiar with the Love Boat.
Right.
So Mary Beth and I walk in, and I walk behind her, and I go, the fudge boat. So we start singing the fudge boat in the Love Boat theme song.
Yeah. And we said to the owner, bet you never get that.
Yeah.
But he was super cool.
Yeah, he was older, so he definitely got the reference. His young workers did not. They did not
Super
understand the
cool.
reference. Yeah.
I was just thinking recently, Josh and I like to go to this Charlestown Cream and Coffee, or Coffee and Cream in
Right
the
there on
town
the corner.
square.
Right there on the corner, yeah.
There was a flavor last time we went called Kitty Kitty Bang Bang. Okay, now the young gentleman who was serving us was like, yeah, I really don't get that. I mean, all I can think is that someone tried to kill a cat. Like, who would do that?
Oh,
and
my
Josh and I
Lord.
started laughing when we said, no, honey, it's
Chitty
it's
Bang.
It's a reference to Chitty
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 Bang
Bang
Bang.
Bang, which is a kids
All
movie
Gen
that
Xers
we
know that.
grew up watching. And he was like, oh.
As I say at the end of every episode, duh. Gosh. Get with the program.
I know. And since I didn't have a printer here, I didn't print out my notes. So we're just going to close this out my way. It's been overall a fantastic trip. Definitely wouldn't have waited this long if we had it to do over again. Perfect location, perfect condo, just a great time.
Yeah.
And I know that Mom and Dad have had just
Oh.
a fantastic time too.
I feel like Mom has just been smiling and laughing the whole week, which has
Yeah.
been cool.
And Dad's really been enjoying Password with the kids.
Yeah. And I only called her out because she was really the one that was adamant about, getting everybody under
This
one roof
is what
for a
she
week.
wanted,
Yeah.
and we somehow made it happen. I'm glad we did.
Yeah, but everybody's been cool to be around. And I'm glad. I wish we would do it. I wish we would have started doing this sooner in our
Right.
adult lives. So I hope that this becomes somewhat of a tradition if we can. It would be great
Yeah, great time.
because you only live once, man. And
That's right.
We built a ton of memories, good and bad, this week. Losing stuff, but we've laughed about it, and it's been great being around my sisters again because as a grown adult, once I started having kids, we really haven't done that, and
Yeah.
so
we don't have a lot of quality time together
Yeah.
as adults,
which
is weird because now we like each other the best.
I know. But I've been grateful. I'm glad we were able to do it.
Well, one more great thing about this trip, this podcast, our very first on location. Hopefully we'll do more on locations, but our first one, can't beat it. I'm glad we did.
Me too. Same.
Well, thank you so much for listening to another piece of the Gen X experience we're saving.
Good job.
Family travels, losing shit because we're too old to remember where we put it.
Yeah, reviving old board games and password games.
It's now all been immortalized into the annals of history. If you like what you heard, subscribe to The Best Gen X wherever you get your podcasts so you never miss an episode. Joe, always a pleasure.